How long have we known each other on the internet?
I joined Style Life back when I was like 19, so it's like 4 years.
4 years.
You know, and then like right after that, that's when I went the coaching call. So I guess you and me have like intimately known each other through the internet for like 3.5 years.
Right.
Something like that.
When and why did you decide, because you had PM'd me about it, that this was like the first event you were going to go to? Have you ever gone to a PUA event before, an official?
No.
Never gone.
I've never been to an official, PUA event ever in my life. I've never even really considered going to any of them, except for the one, which you and I talked about, but that was just off of someone's recommendation. But I mean, honestly, I knew deep down inside that if I were to ever go to one, it would be yours. Just because you're really the only one who actively gives a shit, and you're on your own forum, you clearly care. I mean, you haven't heard from me for a while, so you'll, message me. I mean, that's never happened before. And, you clearly care. You only have 6 people. You have, almost more coaches than you have students, which is amazing. I mean, even when you're in school, that's never the case. So, I mean, just that much, information bombarding you, I mean, it's got to be better than, all this other stuff. And then, you add all the extras, like Steve P. and Ross Jeffries, and then, the price is really a great deal. But honestly, I never thought I'd actually come to one. If I were to, it would have been yours. But, I mean, I never really thought that I'd be in the mindset where I'd be like, okay, I'm going to save about, X amount of money and then go do it. I mean, I said I wanted to. I said I'd try. And you'd be like, oh, you should come out for PX3. I'm like, yeah, definitely. But I mean, deep down inside, I was like, I'm never going to be able to go. So, I mean, just the fact that I'm here, it's just a huge shock for myself.
What made you? What was the...
It just seemed like the timing. I mean, you were like, dude, you got to come. And I had kind of mentally prepared myself back in 2012. I was like, all right, there's probably going to be one coming up soon. So I'm going to start saving up a little money. But then, I kind of quit that. I saved up a little bit, but then I kind of quit. And then you were talking to me. Kevin was talking about going. I was talking to my best friend back home. And, she was like, you got to go. If you don't go, you're going to regret it. It's just 110%. And I'm like, I know. But it's scary. It's this huge commitment, and making any kind of commitment is really, really scary. But I mean, I just had to bite the bullet and kind of say,
Glad you did?
Oh, I'm insanely glad I did. I would have completely regretted it if I did not. Totally.
So, good decision?
Very good decision.
Good investment?
Good investment.
Who's the friend that I gotta talk to her and tell her? But even that too, I actually remember because I messaged you and I was like, hey dude, you were talking about applying and I didn't see it. I can remember too, I don't know how many times you guys have done this, but I'll email a guy, you read the book and you get all excited about it and you get on Facebook and you friend request all the guys and then you get on their forum and you're looking and you shoot them a PM and no one responds. Or you do a post and you're like, hey, I checked this, can you give me some advice? And no one responds. And then you friend request them and you post on their wall, you send them a PM and they don't respond. They can give a shit about you. And I remember how shitty that felt for me. So that's why I always respond to everyone. Even if it's a copy and paste, I'm like, hey, here's this thing, but I just respond. But I was going to say,
it's great, and it's personable, and that's why I think people are drawn to you. And I think it's great that, you kind of have, this small little niche, and you're just I'll even turn people away if I don't think that they're, okay with that. I mean, no one does that. No one has that selectivity. And, you got Style Life, and that's fucking just thousands of people, and you're just a couple hundred, but it's a couple hundred really solid people. I mean, just the fact that we all met each other for the first time, for the most part, a couple days ago, we've all bonded just like this. I mean, it really just shows the quality.